looks so good. I'm so pumped.
Is that working?
It worked perfect.
Yay! Woohoo! Get to do the happy dance.
Woohoo! Okay, this one was not my most beautiful corner, but the other one's pretty good.
Well, all right.
So, can I slice it?
Yes.
This is ugly side,
beautiful.
ugly stitch,
Oh,
pretty stitch.
Okay. So which way do you want to slice it? Which two corners do you want to show?
I'd say these two.
Okay, so then slice it that way.
way.
Yep, go ahead. Slice it, baby.
Alrighty, it's good to go.
All right. Excellent.
Would you like me to run a stitch down the edge where the applique and the green are sitting together? Or is it
Where
what?
you just sliced it open?
Yeah, I suppose it's going to be sewn to the end, so it doesn't matter.
It's sewn in there. So now what you need to do is we need some clip bits, and you're going to center that on the end. Yep. Now, if you need to find the center, we're just going to do this again. Okay, and that will be the center. And you're just going to line that up. And you can eyeball the ends. And if that all looks good, yep.
Perfect.
A few clippets here. That's the most important spot. Helps to get all the layers. There we go.
Alrighty, perfect.
There we go. Okay, you can stitch that.
Would you like me to do the same to the other side when I'm done?
Now let's think a second. Let's just think a second. Hang on. We'll do this. We're not going to be out to the edge. We need to be closer to the edge here, don't we? Hang on. Hang on. Let's trim this so that we can match it up better. Cut these corners off. Now, let's match this up again. And we need about 1/4 inch. And about 1/4 inch extra. Let's do this.
I kind of like the extra end here on the side. So it doesn't have to be a triangle by any means. I kind of like that better, actually.
Alrighty, then let's do that. Okay, clip that back in together again. And sew your 1/4 inch. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other end.
Sounds good.
Beautiful, beautiful. You can get this box out of the way here. Excellent.
Did we just line it up and then trim the corners
to
fit after?
Yep. Yep, and just pinch it tight so you can see that little crease. Excellent. And then turn the page in a book.
All right.
Yep. And then does it look even on both ends? That looks pretty good. And then just double check from here's that crease marker. Yep. Oh, perfect.
Perfect. And then chop.
Yep. And then pin it in a couple of spots there. Excellent. And actually we'll quilt so it doesn't even matter if that's actually hanging there, but you can go ahead and...
Why not?
Excellent.
Alrighty. And then you quilt it before you put the binding on, correct?
Right. Yep. We're going to put it over there and we're going to stitch some nice stuff on there. Lots of varieties, lots of options within the Mistifuse. They have the regular, which is what I use, is the pink one. They have a black one, and then they've got an ultraviolet one if you're doing a lot of
cool.
heritage things where you don't want anything fading in the sunlight and whatnot.
Cool.
That one is really neat. But yes, she's got all kinds of really neat things. So that's the link to her.
Definitely get that. I feel like I'm going to use a lot of applique after today.
Yes, and raw edge applique is so stinking easy with that Mistifuse. You just put it on, you cut it out, you iron it in place, and then you quilt the edges down, and it's fantastic. Okay, now we can go all the way out to the edge here. And then we might still have a little bit of room to do.
Are they supposed to be touching?
I'll do that, yep. We'll need to get that edge to edge in there. And we gotta keep this kind of off the edges there. Oh, I'm so excited.
I've been so curious as to how this thing works. So how do you do it when there's like a big king-size quilt?
Well, you'll wind it up.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, I should really stitch that first. I'm going to stitch it first. Otherwise, I won't be happy. We got to keep me happy. And the pretty side down and all the batting in the middle. And so when I loaded this back, the seam is to the inside.
Okay.
Okay. And the pretty side of the fabric is underneath.
Gotcha.
And
what color is the thread?
we can have it any color you want.
Oh, nice.
What I have picked out is just a nice off-white creamy color.
Perfect.
All right. Now, where are our little other blocks, our orphan blocks?
We have one with the hearts. Oh, these.
We have enough room to put a couple of these on here as well. Let's bring this down just a little more.
Oh, so you run strips like this down a quilt.
Huh. Now, what do you want done with these? What are you going to do with these? Do you want to just make some little pot holders for on the table?
Yeah. Oh, and then they would go at the table runner.
Yeah.
Cute.
We'll do a double layer. In fact, I have some Thinsulite upstairs. We could even put just a little layer of that, and then those would be
Perfect.
some nice little, and I think I've got just enough room over here.
How cute. Those
for
are
one
great.
more. Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
Cute.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so now we just need to make sure that this is not touching those bars. We've got to get that kind of centered in here. That's good there.
Is there any way we could do like, yeah, I could sew these together quick, because you know how like the long 9x13 pans you rest them on? So anyway, I could like quick stitch that?
Absolutely. You decide which two you want together based on which way the thingies are. And absolutely, you stitch two of them together. And that way you'd have one long one and one square one. Perfect. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Your mom's going to be very proud of you.
She will be thrilled.
Okay, so one more time, we're going to triple check, double check, and triple check. Make sure that this is nicely in the middle.
So then how were you able to upload the design, or did you just choose like a setting that's already there?
We're going to do free motion.
No way.
Yes way.
Cool.
And I'm maybe even going to let you do some of this, okay?
Okay.
If you would like to. Now, can I get all the way to here? Yes, I can. Can I get all the way to there? If you could do anything you wanted on here, what would you like? Do you want flowers? Do you want leaves? Do you want straight line squiggles? Do you want to write names?
Could I do a combination of, well, like flowers and leaves, so like a floral pattern?
Absolutely, absolutely. Should we pick something on the machine, or do you want to do free motion? We could do it either way.
I trust the machine more than I trust myself, but I probably trust you more than the machine.
Oh.
So can we get inspiration from the machine and then try to find out something?
You betcha. This is computerized.
Okay.
I can tell it what to do quite a bit, and it will follow our directions. So I can do a basting stitch of a pretty long stitch so that it's just catching the edges so that it's secure, first of all. That's the first thing we're going to do.
Okay.
I have to wait for the computer to come on so we can turn off the gears, though, because we don't need the gears on when we're doing this first part. And it's slow. We have to wait for it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And it's almost ready. Please wait. Okay, turn the motors on. We're going to turn those gears off again. There we go. Okay, so we are going to pull up the bobbin thread first of all. And we're going to hold that. I'm going to take a few little stitches here. And we want it down. Yes, it's down. And we're just going to do a little bit of a wiggle ditch. We're just catching the edges. Catch the edges right here. And we're just getting it secured. We're just stabilizing the edges to begin. Wiggle, 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 wiggles. Now we can have a flowery design that just goes kind of all over everywhere and edge to edge. Or we could put specific things in these specific blocks.
I probably like little flowers and each of the white centers in the middle for each one, so specifically there, and then like
And what would you like in those sashes?
in the sashes?
The straight rectangular boxes. What do we want on any of those?
No, I was liking your idea earlier, talking about letting the solids or the non-white pieces
Kind of pop.
pop
Not
and then
much.
have the quilting in the white areas.
Okay. Do that. And maybe just an X in the. Well, you know what? It's probably not going to get washed much. So that amount of space could stay open. We could do that. We can do that. Do you want the same flower and leaves everywhere, or do you want different? Do you want several different ones? We can pick.
I'm pretty consistent.
Okay.
So yeah, probably something pretty similar.
Alrighty. So let's do something right over here. First of all, we're going to bring this back up to about 11 or 12 stitches per inch. So my favorite little floral stitch is this loop, and a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and we can do just a little leafy thing. Do you like a flower like that? Or do you want something that's more like a daisy? Do something else. Do you like something more like a daisy, or what's your favorite kind of flower that you draw? When you,
that I would draw.
If you're gonna doodle something, what would you draw?
The other one.
Okay, well we can mix and match things. That's no
So
problem.
something like that. Probably more of a viney look than a flowery look. Like I would love flowers incorporated.
Okay.
But I do like the very viney.
So let's open up some designs and see what you like. Do you like something?
I like that one a lot.
Okay, so let's open that up. You like that?
That's like literally perfect.
Perfect. Okie doke. So we could do that down that whole row.
Mm-hmm.
We could make a smaller one through here, and then we could do a bigger one here again, and we could do some cool stuff with that, and we could even crop this out.
I like the idea of doing. Is there any way, instead of having the line straight in the center, that we could make that flow instead of having the straight center line?
That particular pattern has that in there.
Okay.
And that one does not come out of there very easily. We could do something very similar to that free motion. We could make a 5-petal leafy thing.
With that one.
Okay. And let's move that up.
I like that one a lot.
Let's move this out of the way. Bring this one back again. Okay, so we could add our own little flowers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like the type of flowers we see down below, add like one of those to the pattern.
Or we could place them in the blocks, and we could do the vine down the middle.
I like that a lot.
Okay, so let's clear and get rid of this one because we don't want that one. Let's come back to this one, and we are going to, first of all, we're going to see what size it is, resize. So right now it is a height of 7 1/3, and it's 18 inches long. So let's turn the gears back on and let's map things out here a little bit, okay? Let's raise this up and let's get our thread loose and free here, and let's print out the area on here, okay? So we're going to come in about 1/2 inch from the outside edge, and we are going to multi-point. Bing! And then we're going to come in here about 1/2 inch in, and we are going to multi-point. Bing! And we're going to come in here about 1/2 inch, and we are going to multi-point again. And back to our corner here. Okay, so now if we repeat this a few times here, and we mark it point to point, and if we center this,
That's pretty.
okay, and then we would still have room to plop in a flower here, and a flower here. We could do the flowers that we like in the whites, and then we could just do a few more leaves into the greens.
That's fantastic.
And I think that would work really, really well. Does that sound good? Alrighty. We are on 12. We are going to come over to here, drop our edge, actually, you know what? I want to keep it off this little one here. So I want it to, we want to resize this just a little bit. Let's baseline it first so it's one continuous pattern. We're going to resize. We're going to keep the height the way it is for a moment here. We are going to make the width a little smaller, and we want it to be, will you hold that end down there right on the edge?
Mm-hmm.
And we want it to be about 75 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And we're fairly close. We're at 78. So let's make this down to 75. Enter. It's just going to bring it in a little bit. We're going to align it one more time to the center again, and to the center. Okay, so now it's going to stay out of these so we can put a little flower in these as well.
Sweet.
Okay, I think I'm going to be much happier with that. Let's grab our thread, get kind of close to where we want it to be, pull that up, and we're going to tell don't to run. Yep, I'm happy with that start point. And it's going to stick in. Isn't that so cool?
It is so cool. I could use somebody to help me do my pressing and cutting all the time.
You know, it does work really nicely together. So you have to find somebody else who's a little bit interested and have them watch a few of my videos so that they have an idea of what you're going to have them do. And yeah, the two of you can have a quilting bee. So you said you have nobody else in your life that quilts?
No.
So are any of your friends kind of sort of interested in crocheting?
Nobody.
None of that?
No.
Well, we're just going to have to...
individual.
We're just going to have to get together every once in a while. We can Skype or FaceTime and work on some projects together.
Fun. Yes, definitely. Nice.
So, let's step just a little further away from that so that we can hear you a little bit better.
Alrighty.
What were the two most helpful things you learned today? When we were first starting and we were going through the first early basics.
Definitely the chain stacking, like the stitching where you layer it.
Yes. So we explained about clotheslining and how chain piecing columns is really helpful because you don't get things mixed up as much. It's really easy. Yep. So that was one thing. What else did you think? Oh my!
Learning how to press and how much of a difference it makes was pretty eye-opening.
Yes. And then she's usually been a garment girl, and so we usually wash all the fabric before we do any cutting and sewing when we're making garments. But with quilting, you don't have to wash it first. But if you have some things washed and some things not washed, they'll shrink differently later. So you don't have to wash any of it, but if you have a bunch of it that is washed, it's nice to have them all washed.
Super cool.
Yeah. So, and I usually don't follow patterns and recipes and things to the letter, and so I like to just kind of improvise and cedarize it and make it my own. And so that was kind of fun. We took a basic technique of a pattern, and rather than having to follow it exactly and make everything measure up exactly to what the pattern was, we just kind of eyeballed it and went, I don't think I wanted that skinny, I wanted a little wider, and then after we had it done, we wanted it a little bit skinnier this way, and that is so fun to be able to make it exactly the way you want it rather than trying to...
Yeah, learning techniques was more important than patterns.
Yes, I definitely think so. Although some people learn differently. Some people really have to follow steps, and that's the only way they're comfortable. And that works too. But there are lots of books and lots of things online. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials and things, so you can find what it is you're looking for, so you can learn in your own style. So what was the hardest thing?
The hardest thing.
I mean, none of it seemed very hard for you. You seem to really take to everything really well.
I don't know, the hardest probably understanding the cutting for these portions. Because lining it up wasn't difficult, just wrapping my head around the entire cutting.
Yes.
Because I don't have a measuring stick. And the mat, like now I have a mat and a rotary cutter. So I have to rub everything. None like that. Yeah.
Well,
so
okay.
that's a big
And how big
difference.
is your cutting mat?
24 by 24. So
That's not too bad. Okay, that part's good.
it's difficult because sometimes the numbers underneath it.
No.
So
No, you need something you can see through. If we're using a ruler on here, it needs to be a 1/4 inch thick so that the other foot that we'll be using doesn't jump over the edge or hit underneath it and stuff. But on the cutting, you can have a much thinner one. And yes, it's nice to be able to see through so you can see the fabric, you can see the lines, and that all works really well. But yes, you need some kind of a ruler. I'll see if I have anything else here that, yeah. And I like the rulers that have a little bit of a ridge on the bottom so that they don't slip so easily.
yeah, like you push the handle down and lock it
Yes.
in.
That locking handle is really nice, and we've been trying to find out if there's any way we can get some more of those made. The company that used to make them evidently has gone out of business.
Oh, so sad.
So hoping that we can manufacture some of those because they really are super handy. Getting the feel and the idea of it a little bit?
Kinda.
Okay. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to make a couple more, and I'm going to make them a little bit smaller, just so you can practice several of them. If they're too big, it's just going to be a little bit harder to do as many. Okay, so just come on over here, and we're going to come up. And we're just going to get this thread out of the way so it doesn't get tangled anywhere. Okay, when you press this, it starts, and it's going to go at a certain speed. When you speed up, it's going to speed up. When you slow down, it's going to slow down. And then it'll keep going till you stop it.
Okay.
Okay? And your stitches are going to be 12 stitches per inch because it's on a regulated mode. And so it's just going to have nice, pretty stitches. Just don't go too fast. And it's just like driving a car.
Just that easy.
Yep. So turn it on and then just travel up here to this next little leaf.
That little one up here.
Yep, just make kind of a little curvy thing here. Turn it on first. Okay, now move up there. Yep. And beautiful. And you don't have to follow and trace it because we're going to erase that with the iron. So no one will see what was drawn there first. We just need to have a nice flowy motion. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, and now do one over here without drawing. Do a center stem first, and then go back. Okay, and now go around the outside with kind of a curvy swoosh, and then do the other half of it, down and swoosh it. See? Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Oh my goodness, you are a natural.
This is so cool.
And then turn it off. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. That was fantastic. Okay, I'm going to have you practice a couple more things.
Okay.
I'm going to have you try to basically follow a straight line but with a little bit of a wiggle to it.
Okay.
So we're going to come up here. I'm just going to echo and come up to here. Now I want you to follow that line, but I just want you to do just a little bit of a wiggle, come all the way up, and then come down and do just a slight wiggle on the other line.
Yep.
And like I said, we're going to erase it later with the iron, so no one will see it. We'll just do a nice little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Beautiful. Yep. And come down and then yep. And now without a line drawn, just come down here and just. Now this time try to make a really nice straight line. Just make a straight line from point A to point B. Come down a little ways and go back the other direction in a straight line. Beautiful. One more. Come down and make a straight line across again. And we're going to come back one more time. Come down a little ways and then come back. And I want you to come all the way back up to. Come up to here and come all the way up and come back over to about here.
Yep.
Now
All the way up?
I want you to write your name. Yep.
Yep.
So write your name on those lines. As big or as little as you want in the can.
Oh, I should probably go back and...
That's right. We can come back for the other part of the wax. Beautiful.
So can I stop it? And
Beautiful. Yep.
how do I lift
And
up?
then needle up is right here. Press this one and just bring it up. And now just travel over a little bit. Okay, now press the needle down first. And, yep, and now turn it on again. Yep, and then just make a little...
Oh.
Yep.
Cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now do a little flower in this space. Just do a little flower. Beautiful. Okay. Now you're using white thread on white, so you can't hardly see what you're doing, and you're doing a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
If we use a thread where you can actually see what you're doing, it'll be even easier. Let's cut this thread here for a moment. Oh my goodness, you are a natural, sweetie.
This is super cool.
Isn't it fun? I'm just going to get those out of the way a little bit. And let's make sure I've got the bobbin thread. Cut the two again. Okay. Alrighty. So, do we want to pick one of those flowers that you really liked and have the computer do it, or do you want to do some freehand?
I like to do some freehand.
Okay. Alrighty.
If you're doing it. If the computer,
Okay.
the computer if I'm doing it.
Okay. Well, let's not pick the very end one because that just always is the most obvious.
Okay.
So let's start right about here. And here's where the leaf base is, so we're going to start from there. And you like those kind of pointier ones, right?
I do.
Okay, so we're at 12 and I'm on free motion. We don't have anything else going. Okay, so we're going to come in.
So good.
Okay,
Perfect.
you like that?
It's absolutely perfect.
Okay, we're going to just step out of that one and we're going to trim the thread, and let's do another one over here. else do we want? And where do we want it?
I like that flower consistently.
Okay.
Throughout the white squares.
In all the whites? Okay. Yep. And so we always call this, what do you want on your quilt? And you get to pick and choose what you want, and then we'll just do it. How's that?
Fabulous.
It's fabulous. Oh, how fun, huh?
Cute. This is awesome.
Okay. We're just going to do a few more little leafy things. Looks like plenty.
I really like that.
In that little space. And we just travel a little bit, add a few things, and travel back again, and we'll just keep tying in and tying off from what's already there. Again, that's probably enough right there.
I definitely like the big leaves. Those are really
we'll do a curly Q there, I think. I think that's enough there. You can always add more. It's always best to stop and look before you get too carried away.
Be easy to do on that machine.
Yes. And because we scrunched this one in a little bit, we've got a few spots where it kind of gets a little tight, but that's okay. Okay. So all you need to do is you need to get yourself some white fabric to make your binding.
Okay.
And this is just a barely off-white. This is a Kona fabric, which is a fairly, it's a nicely affordable solid white. And yeah, it'll be good. But anyway, let me find. We're going to clear all, and we're going to shut down. And we're going to turn this off, and we're going to undo and match, and we're going to mess up. Poor Lori's filming. And we're going to pull this off. This end. Yeah, just make sure we don't have anything else up there. So this one is extra thick.
Perfect.
more so than the little one.
It'll be handy because we'll have like big hot pans on this one because it'll be like a 9x13.
Yes.
You know, I'm kind of surprised they don't make bigger pot holders sometimes.
Yeah, right?
Some of those bigger pans because you have to use 2 anyways.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's that.
That's so cute.
But I'm so glad you came today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So can we say toodaloo? Because that's always my closing line.
Oh, okay.
So we're both going to say
Alrighty.
toodaloo, okay?
Here we go.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.